Okay, so wait a minute.
Hello everybody, good afternoon. It is my pleasure to be in this group to share my topic with you. It's a topic of current interest for all of us, the law students of the first year. So welcome to discover my topic, the elaboration of the law in France. There are totally 7 steps for the elaboration of the law. The first step is called the initiative step, which is collaborated by the government and the parliament together. How they cooperate? The government prepares for the project of the law, while the parliament deals with the propositions of the law. We will start by explain the project of the law. The first step for this project of law is called a deposit. In fact, the project of the law should be examined by the 2 rooms of the parliament, and the deposit should be carried out whether in the office of the Senate, whether in the office of the Assembly. So, if we start by choosing to deposit our files in the office of the Senate, what will happen? What will it be like? So let's have a look. Well, there are 6 commissions totally. The question is, if we should deposit one by one after the other, or if we should choose one to deposit. The answer is, we should select one. Okay, which one? If we take it for granted that it is the commission of law that we should deposit our project of law, we will take a right. In fact, it is the commission named Affair Culture who will appoint the reporter who is responsible for studying the project and make a relative report. This reporter can have the competence to propose some modifications of the text of the future law like the other members in the commission. So the project is then passed to the commission if it's adopted before it's transferred to the Senate. The Senate, they will not study the whole text before they vote first for each article and each amendment. Once adopted, the project is transferred to the Assembly. The Assembly will examine and vote for the text according to the same regulation and with the same procedure like before. And the amendment can be also voted. Then the text, the project will be transferred back to the Senate to be re-examined. This process of re-examination is called navette. During the process of navette, only those articles that are modified will be checked. What's after? Then the project of the law is adopted. Good, because 2 rooms of the parliament, they agree. So the project is adopted. But what if the Senate? Does the Senate agree with the parliament, Assembly? If yes, then the text of law is promulgated by the President of the Republic in the 15 days. Within these 15 days, the President can ask a re-examination of the text of the law, and the Constitution Council will be seized to verify if the text is opposite to the Constitution. And the law promulgated is put into force after its publication in the official newspaper, and the decree of application allows its implementation. Let's go back to have a look. What if the Senate does not agree with the Assembly? What if the Senate said, no, I don't agree with you? Then in this case, the government will call up a commission which is composed by 7 Senate and 7 deputies. and they propose together a common text, which is actually voted by each assembly. What if a disagreement? What if a failure of this vote? Then the two assemblies have no choice. They must reread the text, and the government will have a final decision. Then the text is promulgated by the President of the Republic in the 15 days. Within these 15 days, the President of the Republic can re-examine the text, and the Constitution Council will be seen to verify if the text is opposite to the Constitution. The law promulgated is put into force after its publication in the official newspaper, and the decree of application allows its implementation. So up to now, I have finished to explain the project of the law, how it's deposited until the end. Now we will have a look at the proposition of the law by the Parliament. The first step of this proposition is also called a deposit, and this deposit can be also carried out by whether choosing the office of the Senate or whether choosing to deposit in the office of the Assembly. Up to now, we will discover the rest of procedures will be exactly the same as I have explained before. These 7 procedures, they reappear, no matter in the project of the law or in the proposition of the law. These 7 procedures, they reappear, no matter by deposit in the office of the Senate or in that of the Assembly. These 7 procedures repeat. They reappear like the 7 days of a 1 week. They come one after the other. Up to now, we can discover the 7 procedures of the elaboration of the law, and at the same time, meanwhile, we can discover that the law is not so complicated to learn if we have a suitable way. For me, a Chinese student with 2 children to study law in France in French, my main problem, my key problem, my main difficulty is time. This is the reason for which I choose this topic for consideration of time management and with the strategy of 1 stone, 2 birds. So, do you like my topic? And do you think you like the law more and more like before, than before? And have I made myself well understood? Thank you very much for your attention.